What's up guys, my name is JDCut5 and welcome back to an episode of the FC25 Tenerife Career Mode. Before we do get into this video, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never missed a video. Over 80% of you that watch my videos are currently unsubscribed, so if you can do so, hit that great big red button, and it's completely free to do so. We start off today's episode with a message from Marcel Ruiz mentioning that he would like to play in the next game. His form has been very hit and miss in some ways, and he has been very concerned about his play time and so on, and he has stressed the urgency that he will leave if he hasn't been played. I'm in a little bit of a predicament because I feel like he's a good player for us, and I feel like he's very vital because he's the highest rated centre mid and we have in the team. But at the same time, I'm trying to develop that everyone's around us and trying to work with the fixtures that we've got. So we'll try and fit him in when needed, that's for sure. But we have a massive game away from home against Atletico Bilbao, and if we take ourselves back to a couple of episodes ago where we did play them at home, unfortunately we lost out 3-1. So we're looking for somewhat of revenge against Atletico Bilbao, it has to be said. They're a tough side to face and they're doing alright this season, so it's going to be a very kind of tough game away from home, that's for sure. I always feel like the home games are slightly easier for whatever reason. I just feel like you feel like more comfortable in your own kind of pitch and things like that. But into the lineup, Malagon in goal, back four of Cancelo, Leon, Palacio and Mikic, midfield of James, Buadidi, Ruiz and Sarr, Ares just ahead, and Geraldo Becker as the lone striker. Leon in for the centre-back role, Espiliez isn't fit and neither is Kouassi, so we're going to have to make sure we're just going to make the most of the centre-back role in that way. And Marcel Ruiz has got his chance, so let's see if he can kind of prove his worth to us and see if he can have a good game against the boys in red and white. Geraldo Becker gets ourselves kicked off there as Carlos Alvarez puts it over to the middle as we just try and get a feel for the game. I don't know if anyone else is struggling with this. When you find the pitch is really wet, the ball just doesn't seem to roll on FC25. It's just so hard to be able to get any sort of pass and move kind of options going. It's really difficult. And we struggle in this particular kind of point there, as you can see, and they have a great chance over to Adley, but the ball slows up so much when you play it through, and you can see it there. He does get onto it, trying to see if we can retrieve the ball in the box, and there's a great chance for Koeman to do something in this moment in time. As Adley now on the ball, he takes a lovely chance to be able to hit the shot. Cancelo sticks a foot out, he goes over, and the referee sees it as a penalty, and already 5 minutes into the game, Atletico Bilbao have a chance from the penalty spot there, and I'm looking back on the penalty, you can kind of see why he's given it. I feel like it's more of a tangle of legs in fairness, but he has given the penalty, and we have to respect that at the end of the day, and he steps up for the penalty, and Malagon makes the save. It's not very often that we do make saves from penalty spots, but this time round we have done, and Sunset is not able to convert on that particular opportunity. 17 minutes into the game, Bilbao will feel like they should be one up as Cancelo makes a good interception, finding his teammate Daniel James. James striding forward there as he gets absolutely wiped out by Venciador, and that should be a yellow card and the first player into the book for this particular game. It's been a really strange start to the first half, in fairness, knowing that obviously we've had that moment where we've saved the penalty, but we haven't really gained any sort of momentum from that. And as you can see, once again, they're bursting down the left-hand side. Kingsley Coman making an opportunity, but Leon with a lovely tackle. Been really impressed by his displays recently, and he's really getting stuck in. He's not going to be playing the most, but at the same time, when called upon, he's been really helping us out, that's for sure. But a lovely chance there as Malagon forced into a save. But yeah, just really struggling this first half. Haven't created any opportunities whatsoever, and it's very hard to do so as Marcel Ruiz looks to try and see if he can get into the middle. But once again, the pass is misplaced. Now, as you can see, Sunset on the ball. He's missed a penalty. Can he make up for that there? But a lovely interception from Ruiz there as we look to try forward. Carlos Alvarez finding Geraldo Becker. Counter-attack sort of move as Geraldo Becker finds himself on his own as he looks to turn his man. He's done so. It's Geraldo Becker. And that has come out of completely nowhere. It's Atletico Bilbao 0, Tenerife 1. And Geraldo Becker opens up the scoring in this Liga fixture. What a moment that is. A really good attacking move. Just didn't really expect it, in fairness, because we've been playing really poorly, haven't created anything whatsoever. It's been all Bilbao, but in the moment of anything, we've literally just created something out of nothing, and Becker has got himself on the score sheet to put his side in front, and that's what matters most, that's for sure. Really good finish. I'm really happy with that one. And now into the second half we now go. Bilbao will be fielding a little bit hard done by missing the penalty, and then going 1-0 down just before the half-time whistle, as now they try and go on the counter-attack here. As you can see, is Kingsley Coman now looking to create something as he finds Adley. Adley now over to McGinn. John McGinn in, and that is a super effort, but not to be on that occasion, and he will be feeling very annoyed about that. Daniel James coming off for Adrian Liso, not the biggest impact for Daniel James this time round. He makes some more substitutions the later parts of the game. Moreno on for Sarr. Ruiz coming off the pitch for Chris Rigg also. Didn't really make too much of an impact, Ruiz, I felt. It did make the build up to the goal, but apart from that, not exactly the best performance from the Mexican in midfield as Adrian Liso finds Becker. Becker over to Alvarez. This looks better from Tenerife, that's for sure. Alvarez to Becker, and that is a super save from the keeper, looking to go out for a corner kick, and this is definitely what happened there. More substitutions. Dylan Pereira comes onto the field for Carlos Alvarez as we look to be able to shape up the midfield options also with 5 minutes left to play. Bilbao are still in search for that goal, and we're just sitting pretty in fairness. A lovely challenge from Leon as he looks to find Adrian Liso, and he does so. Liso to Becker, first touch of Dylan Pereira, now over to Gerardo Becker. Once again, Becker's got a chance here. He turns his man. It's a great opportunity, but just doesn't do enough in that moment. Really unfortunate to do so, but yeah, just really unlucky in that moment as we look to hit the 90th now, only +1 in the additional. If it finishes 1-0, I'm very happy, but at the same time, it's been a very lacklustre performance. It's really struggling to see what we can do in this moment. Unfortunately, it's just one of those where we've got the win, but I just feel like a little bit could have been done more in that moment. But yeah, again, as I mentioned, I am happy that we've got the win and we've got over the line. We didn't play the strongest of lineups at the back, especially with Leon being in there. But he had a really good display, so he seems to be kind of coming out top trumps. Gerardo Becker could have had many more goals in that particular second half, that's for sure, but not to be on that particular occasion. At least he got the winning goal for ourselves, and Bilbao will be feeling very hard done by missing that penalty early on. Becker is having a standout season and leads the ways of terms of goal involvement to date. 23 goal involvements, 19 matches, 15 goals, and currently 8 assists with an average rating of 8.2. After getting a run out against Atletico Bilbao, Marcel Ruiz stressed the fact that he's very happy of that win, and he showed why he should be on the pitch. I can understand that to a particular degree, but at the same time, I didn't really think it was anything special from the Mexican. I've seen better displays over current times, but yeah, just one of those. In fairness, he's definitely a good player for us. He's definitely going to contribute in many more other fixtures, that's for sure. And looking at the team of the week, also we have got a player featuring, and that is Malagon after keeping his clean sheet against Bilbao. So very good effort from the man in between the sticks. Over to European action now as we face LASK. It was a nothing game in fairness. We already qualified. It was a 2-2 game in the end. Yeah, we already qualified, and it was the case basically where we didn't really need to win it, or if we lost it, it wouldn't really mattered. That is the last game of the table now, and we will face whoever in the next rounds. Now being in January, also we had an offer for Malagon, and it was an absolutely ridiculous offer. They offered us one player and 370k, and we're never going to let Malagon go. He's the only man for us between the sticks at this moment in time. I don't see that changing in the future in fairness, because he's been a really good investment knowing that we paid absolutely nothing for him, and players and teams are offering actually good offers in fairness. But a massive game now against Real Madrid at home. Looking forward to this one. After playing them at the Bernabeu, we was able to come away with a 1-0 victory. Not too sure if that's going to happen this time after Madrid have really picked up the form in fairness to themselves, and they've really done something about it. So let's see if we can do anything. Malagon in goal. Back four of Cancelo, Spiliers, Palacio and Mikic. Midfield of James, Buadidi, Ruiz and Sarr. Alvarez is ahead, and Gerardo Becker as the lone striker. A really strong side to face a strong side in fairness, so let's see if we can do anything in this moment, and hopefully we can get 2 out of 2 against Real Madrid. Let's see what we can do then. 2 minutes into the time, Real Madrid look to get something going here, but Buadidi making a lovely run in the middle as he looks to find his teammate Gerardo Becker there. He can't really seem to get an inroad, so he fancies it himself, and it's a great opportunity, but a decent save from Courtois as he looks to play it out to Mendes straight away on the left-hand side. They move the ball so quickly, Real Madrid. The players they've got is just unbelievable. Vinny Jr. taking a lovely scoop around the defender as he fires Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe over to his teammate Vinny Jr. once again. No, he fancies it for himself. He finds Valverde, and that is a super save from Malagon as it looked to go out for a corner, but Palacio saves the day, and that's the end of that particular attack. Real Madrid looking to start the better of the two, shall we say. They look much brighter, that's for sure, as Mikic looks to tackle Vinny Jr., and he does initially, but he loses out on the second ball. He finds Mbappe. It's a great opportunity, and it hits the bar, and how that second header hasn't gone in, I am not too sure in fairness. Malagon with a top save, but Real Madrid really knocking on the door at this moment in time as Palacio makes a good interception, finding Marcel Ruiz. Ruiz looking to try forward, finding Carlos Alvarez. This could be a counter-attack that we need here, as Geraldo Becker is found. Becker's got a decent bit of space, but no one around him. He fancies it for himself, though, and of course he does it in the best fashion that he could possibly do so. Geraldo Becker opens up the scoring. It's Tenerife 1, Real Madrid 0. I wouldn't say it's deserved by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a goal nevertheless, and we are in front against Real Madrid. It's been a really tough first half for ourselves, so coming under a lot of pressure, it has to be said. No attacking moves being made whatsoever, but we take one, and we have one, and this is a big moment for ourselves, that is for sure, and we are now in front. 38 minutes on the clock. Cancelo on the left hand side looking to run in. If there's a second here, so close to doing so, and you can only think if that goal went in, then it would all change for ourselves, that's for sure. It's Vinny Jr. on the left hand side looking to find his teammate Kylian Mbappe in space there, but he fancies Mendes instead. Mendes to Luka Modric, still going in this save here as Valverde looks to find his teammate on the right hand side, but Spiliez with a good interception there, as you can see, finding his teammate Daniel James. James to the 1-2, now onto himself again, as you can see. Really good stuff from James. He looks to find Becker. It's a great ball to Becker, but the finish doesn't live up to any sort of expectation. And into the second half, we now go. It was a good end to the first half, I have to say. We started really slowly. Just didn't really seem to get going by any way whatsoever. It's been really poor for ourselves. Just struggled in the moments, I have to say, unfortunately. But now Real Madrid coming back at us in the second half. As you can see, Managon with a top save. It falls back out to Managon there as he makes another save there, as you can see, as he looks to throw it out to Daniel James. He does exactly that, but James with a poor touch. Diogo Dalot mops up on that particular opportunity there, as you can see, with many kind of offering support. Taps over to Antonio Silva, now to Bellingham, over to Bellingham once again for a pass from Modric. As you can see, a lovely turn, back to Modric it goes. The passing is really fluid from Real Madrid. They do so well of finding decent bits in the balls. Ossolini now on the right hand side, looking to go to Valverde. Valverde into the box, he finds Kylian Mbappe, good save initially, but he can't follow it up, and it is a goal. It's Tenerife 1, Real Madrid 1, and they are back in this game. They are level, and it's pretty deserved in fairness. They've had plenty of chances to do so. It's just annoying they've done it in that particular fashion after making a top save from Malagon, but it is a decent effort, and I have to say the build up to it was very good for Madrid, and they are definitely deserved to be in that sort of position. But 57 minutes on the clock, Real Madrid really looking to be able to kind of piece something together now, as you can see, as Mbappe has a shot blocked, falls back to Mbappe though, and he's got another chance, but he fancies Vinny Jr. instead, and Malagon with a top save at his near post does go out for a corner kick. The pressure is really mounting as they make a substitution there, with Brahim looking to step over the corner. A lovely corner into the box. It's taps over. It's Mendes, and they are in front. Malagon looked to have saved it, but not to be. The power seemed to be too much for the Mexican, and unfortunately we are now behind. Tenerife 1, Real Madrid 2, and unfortunately we are coming under a massive barrage of Real Madrid attacks. I'm not really too sure how to stop it, in fairness. It's a very good, well-worked corner, and Mendes does so well to be able to get his foot onto it, and he's kind of an acrobatic finish, to be fair to him. Didn't expect that by any stretch of the imagination, but fair enough to him. In fairness, it's a very good goal. Malagon did well to initially get a hand to it, but not to be on that occasion there. 66 minutes on the clock, and now we're trailing. You'd feel like we need to come out and really kind of give them a game, but it's just not feeling that sort of game whatsoever, as Real Madrid once again on the attack. Vinny Jr. on the left hand side looking to poise the threat here, as you can see. Scoops in on the right, he finds Bellingham, now to Mbappe, over to Valverde, and what a finish that is, what a move it is, and you can only think that's the game there and then. Tenerife 1, Real Madrid 3, and Federico Valverde gets on the score sheet there. It's a very solid finish. There's nothing that could be done about that moment. The defending slightly poor, but we've been pulled from string to string. It's just nothing that we could do in that situation, and unfortunately we are trailing from 2 goals now, as we make some substitutions there, as you can see, as Buadidi leaves the field for Chris Rigg, as Moreno will come on for Ismail Assar. Still not really kind of confident about his kind of play style or anything, in fairness, and he might be having a move in the summer. I'm not too sure. That will be something I decide at the end of the season. 3-1 now, and we get ourselves kicked off, and we can only avoid an embarrassment, but I can only feel that's on our way. But Carlos Alvarez there with an effort here, as you can see, as he looks to find Geraldo Becker. It's a great chance for Becker, and that's a super save from Courtois. He's a big man between the sticks, and you have to do very well to beat him, but not to be on that particular occasion there, as you can see. But Real Madrid with a free kick after being an impediment after Mars Moreno makes a challenge there. there, and the referee's not happy about it, is that Kylian Mbappe steps over the free kick there. They look to play it short, and they definitely do so. Vinny Jr. plays it back to Mbappe as he finds a ball over to Luka Modric, and the rest just speaks for itself. What a finish that is from Luka Modric. The experience, the passion, that everything that's embedded in his play is still there, and Luka Modric showing you why he is world class, and that is a super finish there, looking like a Trivela sort of opportunity, and he's taking it with flying colours. Into the top corner it goes, and Real Madrid leading 4-1 now. I just want to kind of see this game out because we know it's the end. I feel a little bit hard done by in some ways, but they have had plenty of opportunities, and this could have been the case in the first half. We've had slight chances. I can only feel in that game when in the first half if that second goal did go in from João Cancelo, then the game might have changed. But unfortunately we can't look at the past, and we can only look at what's happening now as Federico Valverde makes a burst there to Bellingham now, as you can see, and it just gets from bad to worse. Tenerife 1, Real Madrid 5. I just want the game to finish, in fairness, because we are absolutely getting battered by Real Madrid, and it's fair enough. They've got the class on offer. They haven't been performing at any sort of high heights this season, but they've definitely showed why they should be, because they've got some top players that can bring out some top draw performances. The stands are empty, and I can understand why. Tenerife 1, Real Madrid 5. Something to forget about in the moment, in fairness. It was a poor display from ourselves. First half we didn't look too bad, but in the second half we just didn't really create enough, and defensively we got absolutely overrun. Nothing we could do in that situation. You look at the players that they've got on the pitch, and Real Madrid an absolute top team, and we're just not at that sort of calibre at this moment in time. But at the end of the day, it's a learning curve, and hopefully we can kind of make better of it as we now have a Copa de España fixture. Quarter-finals, we now face Real Valladolid, a team in the second division of the Liga. Looking forward to this one because it's a time for now players to kind of get some minutes that they normally don't. Malagon in goal, Melo, Vasquez, Kouassi, Rodriguez, Liso, Rig, Diarra, Cruz on the right-hand side, Dylan Pereira just ahead, and Yanis and Hadji as the lone striker. Looking forward to this one, as I mentioned, as it gives us a chance to get through to the semi-final of the Copa de España and potentially retain our title for a second time in a row. I'd like that to be the case, but you just never know coming into these fixtures. But let's see what we can do against the second division, the Liga side, as Adrian Liso makes an interception on Perez there, putting it out for a throw-in. Kennedy, the former Chelsea man, still at Real Valladolid. Really interesting to see his face, and it's a player that I hasn't seen for a long time, that's for sure, being a Chelsea fan also. I did very much remember him being a Chelsea player. But Yanis and Hadji now looking for an opportunity as he looks to take a shot in the 4th minute. It's a great save from the keeper. Dylan Pereira with the rebound, and how he squeezed that in, I'm not too sure, but we'll take it. It's Real Valladolid 0, Tenerife 1. I was about to say Chelsea then, that would have been good, wouldn't it? But Tenerife 1-0 up. We're really happy with the start that we've made. It's always coming off the back of big defeats like that. It's always hard to pick yourself up again and kind of go again, and we've done that, and it's really nice to see. Real Valladolid is a big test for ourselves, even though they are in the second division. They've got a lot to prove, and we're kind of on the back foot, knowing that we've kind of got to put a performance in, knowing that we're the higher team, shall we say. The pressure is always on you, but definitely a good response in that way. We're getting an early goal. We could have been a second here as Cruz looks to stride in there. Decent save from the keeper, and he collects that nice comfortably in the end of the 21st minute. But into the second half, that was the end of the first half. The opposition didn't really pose any sort of threat whatsoever. Did really well defensively, and as you can see, Rodriguez with a top tackle on the right hand side. He's got much in support, as you can see, but he just can't seem to get the pass off. But a decent interception once again from Rodriguez, and now he gets the pass off, finding Diarra. Diarra over to Dylan Pereira there as Pereira strides forward. Yanis and Hadji in support. He could find Hadji in the box here as Dylan Pereira looks to square it to Hadji, and that is a super save from the keeper, and that is the end of that particular attack. But it's been a very tame affair against the Liga 2 side, in fairness. It's just nothing really seemed to be creative from either side. More from us, but that's good, don't get me wrong, but it's been very lacklustre. But Chris Rigg looking to create something here as Adrian Liso is found on the left hand side. Ball could be played in there, and it does. It's Yanis and Hadji, and it hits the post. So unlucky in that moment, and you can only thought that it had a goal written all over it, but not to be on that particular occasion, and we still are only up by 1-0. You can only feel that Real Valladolid have only got a few minutes left in this tie, but definitely a chance, that's for sure. From the throw-in though, Cruz puts it over to Yanis and Hadji. It's a great effort, and it's a great goal, and that pretty much puts us in the next round of the Copa de España, being the semi-finals, and it's Real Valladolid 0, Tenerife 2. Really happy that we've been able to get over the line. The performance has been slightly lacklustre, I have to say, but at the end of the day, we've got ourselves in a good position, and we put ourselves in the semi-final, and that's all that matters. I thought we'd have more goals from Yanis and Hadji, in fairness, but that's not been the case in this particular occasion. But at least he's been able to get on the score sheet with a great win like that, and we find ourselves into the into another round of the Copa de España. Not too sure who we're going to face in the next rounds, but at the same time, not really focused on that. Just kind of wait for the moment in time and see what happens. But a very good victory away from home, and hopefully that kind of builds the confidence after that poor defeat against Real Madrid, because we kind of need it in games like this where you kind of build the confidence, that's for sure. But we've got a lot of big games coming. We've got the round of 16 to play in the Europa League, and obviously we'll have another semi-final tie, whoever we may face in the Copa de España. But Edinson Hadji being highlighted there after his goal at the end. It was a very well taken finish, just not all the all-round performance that we would like really needed. And if he didn't hit the post, then he would have had 2 goals beyond him, but not to be on that particular occasion. Jamie Vasquez mentioned that he's happy to be appreciated by giving him some game time, and I'm quite happy to do so, in fairness. It's a player that we bought at the start of the series, and it's a player that we're trying to bring on, but at the same time it's very hard to do so when we've got other centre-backs in that particular role. And our last simulation game of this particular episode as we face Leganés away from home, and a 1-0 victory in the end after an effort from Marcel Ruiz in the 61st minute. Didn't really seem to be the most biggest fixture in that one either. It's really strange how we're kind of scraping games, but I'm not looking too far into it at the end of the day, because I know that we're still getting the wins and we're still doing what we need to do, and that's exactly what means most. This is the line. This is the table, shall we say. Looking down at the bottom, there's still many teams that are underperforming. Granada, Real Valenciano and Real Zaragoza all at the bottom 3, looking at the kind of peering onto relegation. Looking at the top, Real Madrid have really sorted their season out as they're at the moment in 3rd. The top 5 isn't too bad. I mean, we're 4 points away from Villarreal, so we've got somewhat a gap between themselves and us. Looking forward, then we're only 3 points behind Barcelona, so it's all still to play for. I still think that the only thing that will be achievable is a Champions League spot, but we'll have to wait and see for that moment. We've played 23, won 14, drawn 6 and lost 3, currently sitting on 48 points, level on points with Real Madrid, 1 point behind Atletico Madrid and 3 points behind Barcelona. I feel like we're in a very good position at this moment in time, and just hopefully we can continue this, and the top 4 spot will do me, in fairness, knowing that we've got other competitions around us that we could potentially win and then kind of put on a league campaign for next season is definitely the goal. But we'll see what happens, that's for sure. But that is it for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Please like and subscribe for more content, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.